No. What you're reading into this is somehow trying to say he's trying to create a theocracy. That is absolutely not the case. Not what he wants. Not what Christians want. Not what it's not what the founders wanted. What is happening is that he's simply responding to an effort that's been underway for nearly 50 years to remove God and people who acknowledge him from the public square and his
public square is different than an amendment to the Constitution to make it in line with God's standards. That is, in my view, as a lawyer, that is dangerous language that he's applying.
Well, I mean, what's more troubling, Dan? Huckabee saying that we should reflect in our Constitution biblical standards of life and marriage, which, by the way, our nation has held throughout most of its history, or a candidate who subscribes to Darwin's theory of evolution and survival of the fittest proposing a health care program. Well, I mean, that's more troubling to me.
Oh, come on. I mean, Tony, even you know that's, even if you disagree with it, how radical what you just said is. I mean, the notion that you're going to compare evolution, and it's not, I love the way that those who don't want to teach it refer to it as just a theory, just like relativity is just a theory out there. Someone just threw it up and they said, you know what, let's just teach it with the rest of this stuff. I mean, this is crazy talk, Tony.
No, look. What Huckabee is responding to, and by the way, just for all, I'm not don't have a candidate in this race, don't agree with him on everything, but he has a right to state where his views come from. He has a right to state that his view of life, his view of marriage, is based in a biblical view of life, which about 80% of Americans identify themselves as Christians.
But Lawrence, but forgetting about, again, to me the issue isn't whether he is a devout Christian, the issue isn't whether people want a Christian candidate. The question is whether Huckabee politically, and let me ask you a political question here, Lawrence, does he gain or suffer from this when he's talking about amending the Constitution under God's standards?
Well, because it sounds a little, there's a quack quality to it, and really if he had said it the way Republicans have said it in the past, we wouldn't be talking about it tonight. It would just be a standard issue comment by him. But he's sounding a little quacky in the way he said it this time, and it does raise the question, and I wonder what Tony thinks of this, is should all 10 commandments be written into the Constitution? Are those the next 10 amendments that the Constitution needs? Why not? I don't get it. If Huckabee is saying he wants his religion encoded in the Constitution, why would he stop at these two things?
Lawrence, you know exactly what he's doing. He's talking about preserving a standard that has been the standard in this nation. On marriage, it continues to be the standard, although courts are trying to redefine it. Life until 1973, and the court imposed abortion on the nation. He's not trying to create some standard that hasn't been there, simply trying to preserve what some have been working for 50 years.
Got to wrap it up. Tony gets the final word on that. Thanks a lot, Tony Perkins, for coming on the program. Appreciate it.
All right, Dan.
Lawrence O'Donnell's going to stick around for